Hello all. In last section, we have discussed up to the CVR, cross validation rules. Now we will start from the security rules. So what are the security rules? Security rules are basically to provide the access to the user on some specific segments so that he can create code combination by using that segment or not. Means simply he will have access on that segment or not. So this is the definition: to provide access to user on specific segment values. It works on any segment. The rule is created at the COA value sets level. Then select the value set of the segments on which we want to apply the security rule. So for that, first we will have to select as per the business requirement on what segment value we want to apply these security rules. Let's suppose in this example, we want to apply the security rule on the department value set. So first we will go into the department value set, and then we will have to make this security enabled checkbox enabled, and then we have to provide the some name of the security rule name, data security resource name, and then this edit data security button will be enabled. Once we click on this edit data security button, this page will be open. In that, there are two tabs, condition and the policy. Under condition tab, once we will click on this plus icon, then this page will open, and we will provide the name of the security rule what we are doing. The name should be some descriptive, so that the meaning with the name should be with some meaningful description, so that easily can be read and understood. In that, what we are saying, like the particular user should have allow to access the department 1000. So the value, we will go into the condition section and click on this plus icon, and then under the column name we will select the value not equal to 1000. So here description is, I think, contradicting this, the value we are providing here. So ideally it should be the AMD should not allow department 1000. So whomsoever user we will give this access, that will not be able to enter the value 1000. After that, save. Now come to the policy. Under the policy, we will have these three tabs: general information, role, and rule. So under general information, multiple values, we will give that condition what we have created. Then sorry, it is under the rule section. In the general information and the role section, general information, we will just give the policy name, and the under the role tab, we will give the role name on what role we want to give the access. As we have already told, the security rule will work only on the role based, not on the specific user. If we want to give this access to a specific user, so for that user, we will have to create first the custom role, and then on that role, we will give this rule, and then that role we will provide to the user. Now save and close. So after that, security rule will start working. We can test it by going into the GL and create some journal with that user whom we have given this role to not to access this 1000. So once he will try to select this value, he will not be able to do so. Okay. After that, these are the some things. These can be the interview question, like if user asks us, like, I want to put some restrictions on some segment value, like account segment value, because these values are only applicable for the account segment. Like it should be only accessible in the payables, through payables, like only through payables general should be created by using this segment value. So for that, we will have to make supplier control account should be yes for that segment value. So by going into this third party control option. Okay. if we want to put the restriction so that some specific account value should be only used in creating the journal through AR. So in that, to do so, we will have to go into the third party control account for that account segment value, and then we will have to select the value customer control account. If for some specific segment values, we do not want to allow the user to create the manual journal. So for that value, we will select the restrict GL manual journals. Now it is about the ledger sets. What is the ledger sets? As its name signifies, it is the set of the ledgers. So provided all ledgers, what we are including this ledger set should have the same chart of accounts and the accounting calendar. Currency can be different, but chart of accounts and the accounting calendar should be same. So to do so, we have to go into the manage ledger sets. Under that, we will have the option to create the ledger set. Then we will give the name of some ledger set and select the chart of accounts, accounting calendar, and default ledger. So out of these so many ledgers, like we are including before. So all the ledgers which are having the chart of accounts and the accounting calendar common, we can include this ledger set. What is the advantage of creating ledger set? It helps us in the reporting purpose, also to open and close the period. It saves times, and to provide access to user by instead of going in the manage data access set for user and provide use access to user on specific ledgers one by one, we can give access to all ledgers which are part of this ledger set through this ledger set, as we have shown here in this screenshot. So these are the some advantages of using ledger set. Opening and period for the ledger sets we have discussed. So if we open and close the period, so all the periods, so periods will be closed or opened for all the ledgers which are part of this ledger sets. After that, during journal creation, you will notice you will select this. So this ledger, what we have selected as a by default, it will come in here. And since on this page, on the left upper side corner, we have given the access to the ledger set. So that's why all these ledgers are coming, displaying on this page. If we want to create the or open the first period through this some task, so we have this task available, open first period. Instead of going into the general ledger, we can open the period through this task also. Open first period. So once we click on that, so it will launch this process or call this process open journal ledger periods. In that we have to provide the data access set name, ledger or ledger set name, and then the accounting period, what accounting period we want to open. Now, apart from primary ledger, we have the secondary ledger and the reporting ledger also in the Oracle Fusion. So these are the definition. So let me read it for you. So what is primary ledger? Primary ledger is the main record keeping ledger. It records transactional balances by using a chart of accounts with a consistent calendar and currency and accounting rules implemented in an accounting method. Secondary ledger. A secondary ledger is an optional ledger linked to the primary ledger. So secondary ledger will be based on the primary ledger, but it is an optional ledger. For the purpose of tracking alternative accounting. So what is the purpose of this secondary ledger? To track the alternative accounting. Can differ from its primary ledger by using a different accounting method, chart of accounts, accounting calendar, currency, or processing option. So in what case we need the secondary ledger? Let's suppose we have a same on the basis of one primary ledger. In let's suppose in our primary ledger we have a 7 segments, but we want to do the reporting for the basis of chart ledger, which is having a in the chart of accounts of that ledger. Let's suppose we have only 3 or 2 segments that is varying from the chart of account structure of the primary ledger, or the accounting calendar is different, or the currency is different, or the accounting method is different. So for that, we create the or maintain the secondary ledger. Reporting ledger is just the currency will be different, chart of account structure and the calendar will be same. Let's suppose for any company, let's suppose head office in India, but they have different branches in US, UK, Japan, China, and they wanted to convert that, want to also see the balances of those ledgers as per the Indian ledger. So no, sorry, there is a mistake. Let's suppose Indian ledger amount I want to see also in the US currency, or US ledger amount I want to see the Indian currency or Chinese currency, yuan, or like uh, Japanese currency or GBP. So for that, in that case, currency will be different. Calendar and chart of account will be same. This is the journal flow of application. First, we create the journal batch, then journal header and journal lines. After that, it goes to the after saving completion and posting, it goes to the it should start reflecting in the primary ledger, reporting ledger, and secondary ledger. After that, we run these reports: general ledger trial balance report, trial balance report, trial balance extract, average balances, trial balance report. And after that, we run this, we check the final accounts by income statement report and balance sheet. So how to create this reporting ledger or reporting currency? We have a task: manage reporting currencies. Generally, to create a ledger, we need to define 3C as it is mentioned. But to create reporting ledger, we not need to define we need to define only currency. So remaining 2C, calendar and chart of account, it will refer from the primary ledger. During system, these are the some notes we have to keep in mind. During post, system will check if the reporting ledger exists. In case if any reporting ledger exists against the primary ledger or not. If yes, if let's suppose the reporting ledger exists, in that case, system will check if the daily rates exist or not for the primary ledger currency to the reporting ledger currency. If rates are available, then it's fine. It will create the journal and post it. But if rates are not available, then system will fail the posting of the original journal itself in the primary ledger. Okay, it will not only stop to create the journal in the reporting ledger, but also it will stop. It will not allow you to post the journal in the primary ledger. Which transactions are posted in the previous periods, means before the creation of the reporting ledger, those cannot be processed. Only once from the date, at what date reporting ledger created, only the journals created after that or on that date will be posting in the reporting ledger. We never create the transactions in reporting ledger. Okay, so in that data comes from the primary ledger only. Also, user having access to primary ledger will have also access to the reporting ledger. One thing below is the page, how to create reporting ledger. So here it is mentioned, if we during creation of reporting ledger, if we select below option, currency conversion level as sub ledger, as it is mentioned. Then during accounting and posting the transaction from some sub ledger to GL, we can post the transaction to reporting ledger also. Okay. Sub ledger option is available for reporting currency, not for secondary ledger. So this sub ledger option is only available for the reporting currency, not for the secondary ledger. So if we want to do the posting of sub ledger transactions in reporting ledger, so during creation of reporting currency, we will have to keep this value as a sub ledger. If we select the currency conversion level, this value as a journal, both sub ledger journal and manually created journal will be posted to the reporting currency. Reporting ledger of secondary ledger can be created. So these are some points which can be interview questions. So how to create reporting ledger? We have to give some name, description, then currency conversion level. So we take it as a sub ledger, then currency, first open period of this reporting currency, rounding account, revaluation basis. If you want to enable journal approval, we can keep this box as a check box. So as an example, we are creating this reporting ledger with currency conversion level as a journal, currency Indian, first open period, rounding account, and the default conversion rate type is the corporate. So after that, we don't need to do anything. We just create a journal in the primary ledger currency, and it will automatically be reflected to the reporting ledger. We can check by logging to with the user who is having access to the reporting journal ledger. So as you can see, for the reporting journal ledger, though it's so yes, we have logged in through the user who is having access on the reporting ledger. So here, though it's showing the ledger name is this one, Indian INR, but currency is from the primary ledger. So it is displaying the accounting value debit and credit in the reporting ledger, though it will not show this value in the primary ledger. So that's all for today. Next topics we will cover in the next session. Thanks.